Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Frosthaven. In the last episode we took Geminate out on our first run, so our particular one named Splitsonian had a reasonable first outing, got a good feel for how the character's going to play, and we've got a decent amount of money because we gave all of the reward from the mission across. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to sell all the resources that Splitsonian has, because we can then use that to buy enhancements. So I think, yeah, we'll literally just get down to nothing on Splitsonian. May not be smart in the long term, but if we can get up to a decent amount, we'll be able to afford a worthwhile enhancement. It's probably worth us keeping one resource just in case. Over onto the enhancer. Now there is always going to be questions on what is the best thing to do at any one point. The higher the level of the card, the more it will inevitably cost. And the more you want to do, or the more useful the ability, the more it will cost. Into My Embrace, it's an attack 3 at range 3-4. If we stick a wound on it, 75. That's pretty good, pretty useful straight off the bat. Doesn't look like we can add disarm to it. Interesting. Having a look down our card list, Venomous Barbs is the one that we just added recently. It can only take a bonus on the bottom. Sticking a wound on that costs a 100, but it is an attack on the bottom that would do a wound and poison at the same time, which I really like the feel of. So that's a strong possibility. Let's have a very quick scooch around to see if we've got stuff that targets all... In fact, there is one that targets all mobs. Where is it? Flailing Tendrils, we can only expand the hex size of that. Smoldering Hatred just targets one thing. But it would still be potentially something that we could enhance. Hornet Stingers. Can't do any enhancements on the top, we can only do them on the bottom, and that's either going to be jump or move. Hail of Thorns, again, targets everything but can't really be enhanced. So I think either Into My Embrace or the Venomous Barbs. Venomous Barbs has already got something on it, so I think we'll do Into My Embrace and we'll stick a wound on that. A lot of money, but it's probably going to be worth it. Some of the options are going to be a lot cheaper as well. Stuff like move +1 on the bottom. And I'm not against that as an idea, but for a character, our personal quest is to get 5 enhancements. So I'd like them to be useful enhancements rather than just doing it for the sake of doing it. So Geminate right now, pretty happy with that. Let's do the town stuff. In terms of training, we can get someone new over at the barracks. Let's do it with Inertion's metal. There we go. That will certainly make things a bit better when we get attacked. Next up, let's do the garden. Don't know precisely what the benefit's going to be, but I'd rather stick one of our rarer things in, like Snow Thistle. And we can also straight away do the upgrading. Let's not do that right now. Let's instead see Any new buildings? No. In that case, for the upgrades, let's upgrade the wall. And improve our defense by 5. Get all of that donated. There we go. A flat increase to defense is always going to be useful. And that means that the remaining upgrades, things like craftsmen, we can't do without damaging morale. Which I'm fine leaving them alone for the moment. I think that's going to be good. So for now, let's head out into the world. It looks like we are out of existing quests. So instead, let's have a look at what we are going to need. Lurker Crush Claws. When I say what we're going to need, I mean in order to retire Inertion. So we need to go and kill a couple of lurkers. That's fine, we can definitely do that. So Lurker Crush Claws, where would we likely see them? Probably out along the coast. Edge of the world, Lurker Crush Claws. Frozen Fjord, none there. Realm of Endless Frost, none there. Raven's Roost, none there. I'm wondering if we're actually out of stuff to do. Let's just very quickly go down each of these to see if there's any other lurkers. So far, it's not looking like it. Those were the drakes, yeah. Okay, I think it's just going to be the edge of the world then. So, investigate lurker reports at the edge of the biting sea. We've already done this, but we can do it again for more resources and more experience. So let's head on in.
Good to meet you. I'm Hale. Unless we've met before. In which case, well, I'm still Hale.
A translucent Esther is blocking the road in front of you.
You're mercenaries, right? This sheer icy cliff leads to the Crimson Plant Grove. I want you to climb up there and bring back a red one of that one plant, you know?
You do not know, but she's willing to draw you a picture. After a few hours of climbing, you uncrumple the drawing of the plant you're looking for and, well, it leaves a lot to be desired. It looks like there's red axe nuts and red corpse caps here. She was very insistent that the Crimson Plant Grove is precious and you shouldn't take more than one. Which do you bring back to Hale?
We'll try the axe nut. And if we ever encounter this again, we'll go for the corpse cap.
Perfect! Thank you. Wait, is that an axe nut? I specifically said I wanted a red corpse cap.
Hale looks at you with intense scorn and sighs longer and louder than you think is necessary. You try to explain that she drew an axe nut.
The audacity!
She mutters, examining her drawing, which suddenly appears in her hand.
You are holding it upside down. Look, just forget the whole thing.
She pops open a small portal to the top of the cliff and reaches through to pluck the red corpse cap.
I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, like you probably should have right from the start. Okay, well, we'll have to discard a card at the start of the thing. Splitsonian, never perform a basic action. Ooh. Might be difficult. Masochist, Tormentor. Tormentor's possible. Apply a different negative condition to an enemy that's already got one. Let's go for that. As much as I'd love to try and do Specialist, I just don't don't think it's guaranteed. For Inertion, we'll go with Shirker. And for Blue Blood, add 2 cast your lost pile before your first rest. We can certainly do one with the mountain. We could do a second just so it's done. What are the other options? Pedestrian, or Dynamo. Neither of those feel particularly useful. Let's go Daredevil, and we'll just try and remember to burn a card relatively quickly.
Following up on Sathur's crab problem, you find yourself standing at the edge of the
Now,
biting
we've already
sea.
heard this
An
before, so
ice-choked
we'll skip past
Another
it.
They're as large as you.
And there's a couple of things that we're going to want to try and remember. Is that our lovely drifter wants to fight specifically. Can I see my quest? I don't think I can see my quest from here. Oh, I'll be able to see it on the side, most likely, or once we're in. So discarding something. Let's lose Scarab Flight. Let's lose Chunk of Flesh, and we will lose Cold Boulder. Oh, maybe we just can't check from here. Ah, if we go view part, no, that's just a very broad overview. It's fine. It's not that important. Some of the lurkers. It might have been the Claw Crushers. We do have one right near. So, if we're going to go in and do a whole bunch of melee stuff, we're going to want Relentless and we're going to want Crushing Weight. So we'll get those packed up right now. We're going to go one with the Mountain, and right now we could maybe just pass a little bit of time with Fury of the Mountain, step in a bit closer, let them come to us and take some retaliation damage. And Germinate, you're going to start off in ranged mode, and we're going to go with Into My Embrace at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to need to get a little bit closer. We could use Hail of Thorns to get a little closer. It's a really interesting one that you can move and apply wound if there is light out. Germinate's got a lot of interest in the character. So straight off the bat, one with the Mountain. These guys are going to move to an attack 1. And the target suffers damage for their shields. Okay, well we're not gonna have any shields, but that's kind of interesting. You're gonna move 2 and do like a weird woundy thing, so we don't want to get close enough for you to apply your wounds. Let's just step into here. Geminate. We only really need to get 1 closer. But I suppose we could come over this side. You're going to target 2. Let's not go over that side. Let's just stay where we are. And hit you, put a wound on you. Don't pull him closer though. And we'll give him a slight disadvantage. So he did nothing to us. Suffers a bit of retaliation damage. I'm fine with that. Drifter. Crushing weight. And relentless. Really, I want the Drifter to get all the kills on this, just in case. Cancel the round active bonus and get back Fury of the Mountain. Because the longer we keep those cards moving around, the better for us. Now that we're in fact, let's do it this way. So first things first, Shockwave to move up 3, and then Breakthrough to guarantee we kill this guy. Job's a good one. Geminate. It would be lovely if we could move in slightly slower than this. So maybe Hornet Stingers to move in 1, 2, 3. And then we could do Changeling's Boon, and then we could start poisoning this guy down. Frozen Fist. Blue Blood would only need to step up 1 or 2 after that. So potentially do like Piercing Pummel and Fury of the Mountain. Yeah, let's give it a go. The Claw Crushers are going quick. That extra shield is a little bit annoying, but we should still be able to... We might still be able to take him. Yeah, we're going to have attack 6. Attack 5 after other considerations. Okay, 1 down. What are you doing? You're attacking 3, targeting 2 with a bit of piercing. Let's get some protective sceptering out. So Geminate, come grab the money. And we'll get the poison on him first of all. And then we'll stab him again. That's pretty respectable, I'd say. Frozen Fist. I'd love it if you had the range to be able to get this guy without us needing to move up. We may as well consume Earth for the extra experience. And we'll do the Piercing Pummel. It's a big hit, way more than it needed to be. I have no idea how we would do Frozen Rampage with that character. Moving 10 hexes and then causing 10 damage in the same just seems a bit unlikely. Let's cancel our active bonuses and we will get back Fury of the Mountain. Because we got our regen, so that's all fine. Draining Pincers will move us up 3. 1, 2, 3. And if we're going slowly, maybe there'll be something close enough for us to hit. Yeah, Draining Pincers and Horned Beetle Carapace. We'll try and go very slowly and let them come closer. And on that thought, if we go for Sustained Momentum and Precision Aim, we can put Precision Aim on and use Sustained Momentum to just step in and grab that. Going super slow over here, Crushing Crystals and Ice Blast. We'll see where they end up and we'll move appropriately from that. So they are not moving. Well, we can get close enough to actually do some damage, so let's get in there. There's no cold, unfortunately. This is not really going to do anything, but we could poison him at least. Geminate. I really should get closer. Ooh, do we go for the Horned Beetle Carapace and start taking advantage of that? Not yet. I do like things like that, but next 4 attacks doesn't feel like many. We'll put on Precision Aim, as I mentioned, we can do that. And grab the loot. We will get back Crushing Crystals. We can use Mind Spike to shoot this guy. Harvest the Essence I could see being very useful for setting up other specific abilities. I think we're going to need to Mind Spike to shoot this guy. And then we can use Selfless Offering to heal our friend. Or we could burn Firefly Swarm, but if I was going to burn it, I'd want fire to be out. Let's just use Harvest the Essence and ignore the actual ability on it. Drifter, we need you in this fight. Draining Arrows will get some muddles on these guys. That's always a smart choice. And we can move in with Deadly Shot. Right in the middle of all the fury that's going on. We'll do a Frost Eruption for extra healing. That'll heal us for 4. And we can do an Encased Punch. That'll generate some cold, ready for next turn as well. Okay, they're going relatively quickly, but slower than us. All adjacent enemies are going to get poisoned and not able to use items. Yeesh. It is damage going out, so there is that at least. We're not going to use Harvest the Essence, so just skip that. This is already playing very differently to the last time we were here. Let's hit this guy. It is not a big hit. That is a bit unfortunate. Get the healing. At least you're going to be in good health when things go badly wrong. And we'll step in and hit them with draining arrows. You know what? We'll do the muscle potion and we'll do the power potion because we're starting to... Maybe not the power potion. We'll save the power potion for when we get inside. But this at least is going to be worthwhile. There's not too much damage coming out. And we will put the damage on the big tamale. I love the retaliation, I really do. You know what, take 1 damage rather than using the armor to negate just the 1 when it can negate 2. That poison will vanish, so I'm not worried about that. Let's get back Frost Eruption. Or do we get back Encased Punch? Probably Encased Punch. Okay, we're gonna hit this guy with Drag Down. So Icebound Quills and Drag Down. Main reason being we'll be applying another negative condition on him when he's already got one, and that will finish Tormentor. So working actively towards our perks. We can unending fight our way through these a little bit. And consume stamina will help to try and give us back our active bonuses if we kill anyone. Over here we want to go relatively quickly. We'll go for Encased Punch and Fury of the Mountain. So, Geminate. First things first. We need to move a bit closer. In fact, if I go there, I can probably get both of them. If I go here... No, if I go here, I can get both of them. Oh, it's not going to let me. Because that is not a valid place. That is such a bad targeting system. Alright, I want to roll that back. If I'd known that was the case, we wouldn't have done it like that. Let's restart the round. So that was Icebound Quills, Drag Down, Consume Stamina, Unending Fight, and Encased Punch, Fury of the Mountain. So we'll try going to here instead. Now we can do it because at least one of the bits is accurate. That's exactly what I needed. I don't care, it did no damage. It's the snare, the immobilize that we needed for Tormentor. I mean, I could throw this at him, but I don't think it's strictly necessary. Frozen Fist. Big hit. And we'll get the prevent damage ability on, and then we may as well jump over towards the door. Drifter. We will step in between. And then we're going to unending fight our way through both of these. Or at least this one and then maybe this one. So, unending fight on you. That will give us back a crushing weight because that's exactly what we're using right now. Step on here to do some looting. Maybe we get a +1. There we go. Took him out as well. Get that crushing weight back. And the max nut. Just like the one we found on the mountain. Okay, we will cancel our active bonuses. And probably go with Fury of the Mountain because we can actively use that earth. Selfless Offering, Firefly Swarm, going to come in and do a bit of healing. Which means we'll go slowly over here, and I think we'll probably just end up doing a long rest on the Drifter. So this may end up being a bit sketch. Step in to get the loot. Do the Selfless Offering. And Blue Blood, we're gonna see what's in here. You can't even activate the extra, so this is not as good as the Crushing Crystals to get the healing.
Having dispatched the lurkers out front, you make your way inside the tunnel. A dank burrow riddled with pits of frigid water and stretches of black ice. What's worse than the cold, however, is the smell. An intense putridness emanates from deep within the tunnel, equal parts rot and corrupted flesh. What it could be, you'd honestly rather not know.
Indeed. These guys are going to come closer by 2, so that's fine. And those are shooting at relatively large ranges. So we're fine to just move in. And Fury of the Mountain. No one to attack, but we'll get the damage prevention just in case. Drifter, let's lose... I don't want to lose Deadly Shot. I don't want to lose Consumed Stamina. Let's lose sustained momentum. The only card we've enhanced, but I think it's fair for it to go. And over here, there's nothing that's worth us getting back, so we'll skip the ability. Frozen Fist. We should probably do a long rest, and you can just sort of tank things out. But before we do that, we're going to need a long rest on Geminate or a short rest on Geminate and keep moving forwards. Short rest is fine on Geminate. Drifter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if we use our boots. So we could do draining arrows and deadly shot to get into range and do some shooting. I quite like that. So Frozen Fist will do a short rest on you and hope that we'll be able to do like Fury of the Mountain. Oh, we could do Cold Boulder actually. Yeah, Cold Boulder to attack them and Fury of the Mountain for a little bit of retaliation. Alright, we'll try for that. And Geminate, yeah, short rest as well. Short, lose Firefly Swarm. Yeah, I can lose Ice Blast. So Fury of the Mountain, Cold Boulder, we'll put the Cold Boulder down, attack both of them. It's good. And over here, what the hell are we going to do? 1, 2, 3. Move in with Hail of Thorns and into my embrace, get a wound out on someone. They are doing a lot of wounding stuff. Luckily, we're not quite close enough for it, but the Mind Snappers are really going for it. That's at range 3. Yeah, use the extra movement just to make sure we're definitely in range. A power potion will mean that we're guaranteed to do a damage. And we got the Pierce as well. Oh, that makes me very happy. That's a good amount of damage going out. This is going to be less effective than I originally hoped, but we'll get the muscle potion out. That'll at least give us advantage. Unfortunate. That's alright though. And then put on the regen. Not that we're going to need it. You're going to move 0 and then attack at 1, 2, 3. So if we're there, we're fine. You're going to move 1, probably to there. And then attack at range 3, 1, 2. So we're fine to actually step onto this space. Geminate. I'd say go after the elite soldier. Because that wound is going to be kind of useful. Oh, do we want to pull him in? That's kind of interesting. Yes, because we're about to change. And now we are a different form. Okay, cancel active bonuses. Let's get back Fury of the Mountain. Because we could do that again on these two and take advantage of the fact that we've still got our muscle potion on. So actually, yeah, let's hypothetically say encased punch and Fury of the Mountain. We would only need to move up 2, so maybe not encased punch, maybe piercing pummel and Fury of the Mountain. No, it would have to be cold boulder. Frost eruption would work though. So would crushing crystals. So Fury of the Mountain to step in, and we'd need to move 3. We would need to move 3. So it is going to be encased punch to move on in, and crushing crystals to attack them both. And this might start hurting. Geminate, seeing as we're up close next to this thing. Let's use venomous barbs. Might be a bit excessive actually. Venomous barbs and changeling's boon. Let's make sure it's gone. And the drifter will go for a consume stamina, probably targeting this one, and will move in with breakthrough. Mind snippers are just backing up and doing a bit of blink. That's fine. Or getting closer and doing a bit of blink. That's less fine. Don't appreciate the muzzling. But they have made it easier for me to attack them at least. Just take the damage for now. Alright, stab this crab. And give him another stab. Definitely over the top, but he's gone. Skip the rest of the ability. And right now I feel like it's more advantageous to attack these two. And then we can move in and do a little bit of looting. And then Drifter. Step on in. We can't go any further because of the ice. We'll see how we roll with the breakthrough on this. That'll do it. Give us back another crushing weight. And we will additionally get another precision aim back. And over here, I think we'll get an encased punch. Keep moving relatively quickly. most likely looting is going to be the best thing to do. So we'll go draining pincers and horn beetle carapace. Although I think I'll actually activate horn beetle carapace so we can see how it feels. Almost like a mini drifter buff. Encased punch is a decent amount of damage. Frost eruption's not going to do anything. Let's say Fury of the Mountain to give some retaliation. And then we could step round and do a fair bit of stabbing, or we could do some looting. Unending Fight would almost certainly get this done. Step up, skip the movement. And we'll start this fight off. Ah! Yep, might get it done, he said. Gets it done straight off the bat. Well, I guess this means that we are just looting for goods then, before we move around and do something about the traps. Hey, Snow Thistle. Let's activate that carapace. And 4 gold, which is very welcome. We'll get back Encased Punch. And we're going to go straight for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite far enough to get us onto the trap, but it'll get us pretty close. Geminate, you need to start moving in quickly. Could probably do Selfless Offering. And Scarab Flight. We'll just move up over here. So really, I want Frozen Fist to walk onto these because he will regen. But how much he ends up regenning is obviously going to be dependent on how long we wait there. Using the ice gets us a little bit further. Skip the attack. Transform back. And Drifter. Get a little bit closer. A little bit of healing. Skip the attack from Chunk of Flesh. Heal Geminate, and get back one of your uses. Let's get back a Crushing Weight. Well, I should get back at least one thing, because that's going to give me another turn before I need to rest. So Drifter... In fact, no, let's do Blue Blood first of all. This will do 3 damage. We will heal up 1 bit at the start of the turn, so we'll be on 6 health, and then we'll knock that out. That's kind of fine. We can just move closer if we're moving slowly, and use Hornet Stingers to change form. And Drifter, we're going to do a long rest. So Blue Blood. damage. You'll heal up that poison at the start of the next turn. I forgot to add the second card to the lost pile before the first rest. So easily done. Let's hop a bit closer. And we'll use drag down to... Oh, then again, maybe we can't. Yeah, if there's nothing to attack, you can't do an attack thing. Let's lose Vile Assault. I don't think we're going to need that. With the other various modifiers and things that we've got. So the Drifter is back in the game. We're going to skip that ability and we're going to do a long rest on Frozen Fist. So your regen will get rid of the poison, then your regular healing will take place. But you could do with a little bit of a boost. We'll do a long rest on Geminate as well. And if we walk in with Shockwave, 1, 2, and a bit. Actually. Should have kept Vile Assault. That would have been a bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4 if we can jump, but we can't jump. But we could still do some consume stamina is only going to heal if it does some actual damage. Shockwave, 1, 2, 3, 4. It gets you close-ish. If I use Deadly Shot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the boots. That's better. And then I can do Chunk of Flesh to heal. We'll do that. So Drifter with the boots coming around this side. It may only end up being 1 in the end, but it is also giving us back another use of our abilities. Frozen Fist, I think we'll lose Cold Boulder. No, we'll lose Frost Eruption. Geminate. You can lose... At this point, Selfless Offering, I think. I don't think we're going to need that much in the way of healing. Okay, let's push into the room. So Hornet Stingers will get us in there. And we'll put Draining Pincers out as an option. Encased Punch will get us quite far in. Actually, Cold Boulder will get us quite far in. And Crushing Crystals... No, we'll just use Crushing Crystals to walk in. And we'll put down a Cold Boulder. That's what we'll do. It's going to be Draining Arrows and Breakthrough. Let's get into the room and see what's what.
The earthen tunnel eventually gives way to a natural cavern where you find a half-rotted humanoid corpse
Blech.
shuffling aimlessly around like a lost
Seen
drunk.
this guy before.
The smell is incredible.
Alright, we'll skip past the text on that. His Retaliate is only 1, so it's not too bad. He can't be immobilized, he can't be disarmed, he can't be stunned. And he will go 1, 2, 3 and make us brittle if we get close enough. We might be able to shoot him from... No, we can shoot him from here, but then he'll... You know what? He'll hit us. It'll be fine. We'll deal with that. Raining arrows. I feel like that was not worth it. Geminate. If I move to here, you might be able to target. Not quite. Not quite in range. Well, at least that's a little bit beneficial. Frozen Fist. I did say we could get a cold boulder out. We could also just walk straight past this guy and hit him with the crushing crystals. If we go up this side, we'll heal up after the poison hits us, which I'm fine with. Take the damage from the trap. And then if I create the ice here, we'll get an extra move next turn from it. Now, cancel active bonuses, and we will get back Cold Boulder. Going to take a little bit of damage from that, but we're going to heal... Oh, we should... Ah, no. We couldn't have healed back up from it. It's fine. Let's focus on getting this guy killed as quickly as we can. I believe he can be poisoned. So we could use Icebound Quills to step over and then Changeling's Boom to stab him a bit. That works. Frozen Fist, Encased Punch would allow us to move around. It'd be good to not suffer any retaliation from him, is what I'm thinking. So maybe we go near and just attack him with a proxy. I think we need to hit him as much as we can right at the front, though. So we'll do it that way. Okay, he's going to do a little bit of damage, but not much. So first things first, Explosive Vial. Just blow him up a bit. Jump over the trap. Get him poisoned. Don't like the retaliate damage, but it's not much. Ah, that's so frustrating. Well, that's it for Geminate. Frozen Fist will hop over to here. Cold Boulder goes down. A little bit of extra damage out. And then Drifter. We can't stun this guy, so let's just wallop him as much as we can. That's a big hit. little bit of retaliation. Skip the move part of this. Just hit him again. Another really solid hit. Skip the movement, put on the retaliate. And hopefully this guy will die next turn. And, you know, give a little bit of protection out. We're brittle, but it doesn't bother us. Don't recover any of your cards, because otherwise you're going to get yourself killed. And we will do a double whammy and change form over here. Fury of the Mountain, Piercing Pummel. And we're going to do a short rest on the Drifter. We'll lose Deadly Shot. It's going to be another unending fight. Let's try and get him killed quickly. Can't wait until we can eliminate some of those -1s. His retaliate has gone up. That was 2 retaliate that we took. Oh, it'd be because we were brittle. That would be why. Drifter, getting killed. Nice. Take the damage. Skip the move, get him killed. Cool. And we'll give the loot to Blue Blood. Just step on, grab this, and then we're done. 2 gold is 2 gold. But that's all we needed to do. Victory is ours. Now, it is a mission that we've been through before, so not really much of a surprise. But we managed to get at least Tormented done, so there's that. And Inertian is now ready for retirement after those Lurker Claw Crushers were defeated. And we move into the 2nd year. While life on the tundra is anything but easy, your time in Frosthaven has earned you a pedigree few could ever touch. You survived in the place where life is so hostile to your existence that some battered wooden walls are all that stand between you and icy death. But today, with the sun cresting over the mountains and the promise of summer stretching before you, you can't help but feel hopeful. You've tested your strength against countless enemies, but you've made some friends in this pocket of life too. While you don't know what the next year holds, you know this place has earned its name. Home. It's giving us 2 soldiers. Well, we've trained up to maximum, so those are going to be wasted. But a whole bunch of new events, which is good.
It's a peaceful summer day in Frosthaven. The sun is shining, it's warm enough to leave the fur coats inside, and the scouts report no enemy activity anywhere in the region. You and your fellow guards are alert, but relaxed. There's absolutely no indication today isn't going to end with a few drinks at the crater and a peaceful night's sleep. Until the screaming starts. You spin around as a giant hole in the ground opens up in the middle of town, swallowing up a young couple having a picnic. Running toward the chaos, you hear a swirl of whirring, buzzing, and clanking coming from underground. As you reach the edge and peer over, you realize this isn't a hole.
Oh no!
It's a tunnel. You see a horde of automatons swarming and crawling on top of each other, climbing up toward the surface, about to spill out into the town.
Alright, let's get down into that tunnel and fight them underground. Who will leap into the hole? Inertion, because Inertion's about to retire.
If they breach the perimeter around the hole, there's no telling how much damage they'll do. You signal to your ragtag group of mercenaries, and on 3, you leap down into the hole, ready to bring the fight to them.
Each soldier will provide attack advantage and 15 defense. Well, I think we're going to need soldiers for this. We're protecting 4 buildings. You probably don't need to protect the alchemist as such, but we'll still do it. The barracks we definitely want to protect. And the hunting lodge, sure. The outpost attack has been completed, and we got 3 shared iron, which will distribute like that. Okay, well, Inertion is going to be retired. Before we retire Inertion, let's pick a new person to join us. It's a choice between the Bone Shaper or the Deathwalker. Let's let's do the Bone Shaper. Get some curses and poison in amongst us. And what are we going to call her? Vitriol. Personal quest. Explore the Reaches or team building. During 8 different outpost phases, encounter a person's name. Sure, let's stick around for a certain amount of time and then retire automatically. And for starting equipment, let's go back just a little so we can check our cards. For the Black River, where that's the number of your, I guess those are curses. Dark Tidings, Decaying Will, Transfer of Essence, that's just healing. Oh, they're summons, right. So if we have constant reusable summons, wraiths, spirits, servants, okay, then the Warden's robes are going to be useful, so we will take them. We've still got 30 left. Let's take the Circlet of Elements, and that'll do. Welcome to the team, Vitriol. Inertion, time to retire, and this is going to give us a new campaign event to unlock. We don't quite have enough inspiration to do another, so we'll just push on, and all of the stuff is going to go to our brand new character. Congratulations, Inertion. You were good. You were helpful. You were useful, and all of that. Which means our party is back down to level 2, which is going to be interesting. And that is going to be all we have time for this episode as well. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you've enjoyed this. As always, if you have enjoyed it, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Frosthaven. See you soon.